Christmas is just days away, and I am going to take you with me along as we go to the lead up to Christmas. I'll show you what's going on here in my home 3D printing business, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing thinking ahead into 2026. Welcome back to Design and Forge Studios Print to Profit. My name is Ashley. Let's get into it. Good morning, everybody. We are just over 1 week away until Christmas. Actually, 1 week tomorrow is Christmas. So, lots of things going on in here trying to keep up. Right now, I've had a couple people ask me what different types of custom orders that I'm doing. So, some things are just specific items people are asking for, other things are items like this, which is a custom room sign for your bedroom door. You can see that it is a Snoopy theme, and there's going to be a different one made for their sibling as well. So I'm getting requests for things like that. And then I had somebody who wanted the Christmas tree decorations where you can hide money inside. So she wanted 4 of them, and that's what I'm working on over here. After this, I have some articulating robots that I had never heard of before until this person requested them. Those are going to keep my machines busy for most of the rest of the day, probably just because of how many he wants to order and the different colors. Last night, I was working on some of the Flexi Factory articulating snakes. I love these snakes. They always are so popular at markets. They're almost 2 feet long. And the filament that I use to print them is the Zyro, which I've talked about before. And this one specifically is called Ocean. And I just think that the way the colors turned out, especially the ones with the green on top, I couldn't have been happier with it. So lots going on in the print room right now, trying to keep up in the bakery as well. I will pop back in throughout the day and try to keep you guys in the loop with what I am doing. But I hope you are all having a fantastic lead up to Christmas, and I'll be back. Okay, so just before I start baking, I think I got about 150 scones to make in the bakery today. Thought I would pop back in. So these are these robot things that I'm printing. This one's about to start as well, per request. I can't remember exactly what they're called, repo bots perhaps. But I was sent the files and asked if I could print them because he was unable to order them and get them before Christmas. So I'm happy that I could do them for him. There's going to be 3 of these bigger ones and 3 of the smaller ones. And I've got stuff lined up to go after this. So just trying to keep on top of everything as much as I can through this next week here leading up to Christmas. Good morning. It is Thursday. We are officially 1 week away from Christmas. So still working on some of these little repo bots. I did not run my printers overnight. In all honesty, I went out with a couple friends last night. Just didn't have it in me when I got home to get the printers going. So have to get caught up now. This one is working on a Toronto Maple Leafs hype chain. I have another hockey hype chain to get done after this. I have some of the items that I already have made, some of like Flexies, the Flexi Factory snake, different little animals that I showed you guys that people have been messaging me for to get. So I also want to be getting more posts up on my Instagram in the next couple days just to show what I have that people can stop by for. And when I'm doing my bakery pickups for the holidays, I might actually set a table up as well and put some stuff out on it because there will be lots of people coming to pick up their baked goods for the holidays. And I want to make sure that if they need any last minute items for their stocking stuffers, that obviously they're going to get those from me. So heading back into the bakery to do a bunch more work, and hopefully we'll be able to get the last of these repo bots done soon. They do take about 10 to 15 minutes each to put together. So not the quickest after the fact when they're done printing, But again, it was a custom print that somebody had messaged me about and sent me the files and wanted them done. So I said that I would do it, and I definitely charged accordingly. And that is something you always have to make sure that you are charging for your time if the print requires your time after the fact. So I will touch back with you all later. Okay, back in the 3D printing room, touching base and seeing where we are. So this is the last of the little mini robots that has to print. I have finished with the pendant for the Toronto Maple Leafs hype chain, and I'm just printing the actual chain for it now. And then I'm going to move on to the next hype chain that I have. I think it's a San Jose Sharks one, I want to say. I have to make it first in Maker Lab, and then I will get it printing, and just trying to keep moving along here throughout the day, and also trying to stay on top of messages because of course people are reaching out now that we are a week away from Christmas, trying to, get those last minute gifts that they want. So trying to stay up on those. I had a couple more requests for the 6-7 tree ornaments today, so thankfully, I had printed a couple extras of those, and they are already out in my porch cabinet for pickup. So back into the bakery, I have a ton of things to dip into chocolate, and we'll see what I get up to in here later. Okay, I'm back just for a brief check in. You can see I have the mini off right now. The last robot finished printing on there. I'm just too busy in the bakery to get something going on there right now. It is 10:30 at night, still on Thursday, 1 week before Christmas. I have cookies in the oven. I just finished baking cupcakes, and I have a whole bunch of things to do with chocolate still. And so you can see I have the other oversized pendant going. I thought it was San Jose Sharks, but it's actually Pittsburgh Penguins that was ordered. So that one will be finished hopefully not too long. I think about an hour, and it's working on the links over here. The Leafs one is fully done. I just need to get all the links together. So we're moving along in here, certainly progressing better than I am in the bakery. The bakery is very hands-on, a whole lot of work to really get everything done, and things just take a lot of time. So I love these machines being able to work in this room for me while I'm in the bakery. So the week went by way faster than I expected, and I didn't get to take you through every day with me as I had hoped. In my bakery, I actually teach community classes. So on the Friday night, I was doing a chocolate dipping night, which is more of a social thing, and everybody gets all different kinds of treats, licorice and Pringles and strawberries and apples and all the different things, and dip them in chocolate, and they get to talk and enjoy all that. And then on the Saturday, I taught a cake decorating class. There was adults and kids, and it's a lot of work prepping for those two classes. So, unfortunately, I just wasn't able to find the time to be able to turn the camera on and get in this room and film what I was working on for you guys. But now here we are, just 3 days until Christmas, and I've actually only got one printer going. It's fixing a part for one of those repo bots, which have been a nightmare kind of to put together. I hope I don't ever have to make them again. But the other two printers are off. I finished the rest of my orders earlier in the day today, and I've got to say, I'm torn at this point because I am happy that I can now just focus on getting everything done in the bakery, but I also, in a way, wanted to be printing right up until Christmas Eve. But I'm not going to be picky about it because this is my first ever Christmas season, and I'm going to tell you how it went in total. So, outside of that market that I spoke about, the 2 day market that went really, really well, I have done a total of $1,983 in just Elf on the Shelf orders. So those were all different Elf accessories. People really love them. I was not expecting it to be that big. Next year, I would love to have the same or more, and I will try to prepare in advance for that next year. And then outside of that, I did another $500 in custom orders in the last couple weeks. So for that show, if I'm remembering my number correctly, I think it was around $2,300, and then I've done approximately then $2,500 aside from that. So I've done $4,800 either in orders or the stuff that I already had printed for the market in the last 3.5 weeks. I am very happy with that. I don't know about you guys, but this is a secondary business to my full time income, which is my bakery. And I am only just days away from being 1 year from purchasing my first printer. And for my very first holiday season, I am so happy with that. And now, obviously, I want to build on that for next year. But I am going to give myself a little bit of time to just mentally recuperate from the holidays. I don't really plan on doing too many things in between Christmas and New Year's. I might print off a couple things for New Year's and see if anybody is interested, but I don't plan on running my printers like crazy. Maybe I'll have one printer going, but I certainly don't plan on having three printers going 24/7. I just want a little bit of downtime. My kids are on winter break. My husband is a teacher, so he is on winter break. So mentally, I am ready to be on winter break myself. I have orders still to be picked up in the bakery tomorrow, and then Christmas Eve around lunchtime is my last set of orders that get picked up. And then I get to be done and have a few days off until I have to start thinking about New Year's because obviously I do stuff for New Year's in the bakery as well. In my next video, I am going to break down a little bit more of what I am looking to learn and improve upon in the new year and how I hope to grow my business. But I am very happy with where I have gotten to just under 1 year into this business. I have learned so much. I have way, way more to learn, but I am so happy with where I have come. If you are still in your first year of business, how did your first holidays go? I would love to hear about it in the comments down below. Make sure that you give us a like and hit that subscribe button so that you can hear what I plan to do to keep growing my business into the new year and set myself apart from all the other 3D printing businesses out there. I have talked before about I was considering launching onto Whatnot, and I am still thinking about that. Just the holidays came so fast and I never got to it. So I'm really going to look at how I am selling my prints and different ways that I can continue to do that and where I can grow. So subscribe, give us a follow so that way you will get the notifications when those new videos come out. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I will be back before the new year comes, so look for that. And until next time, happy printing!